I'm back. Well, here I am again. Beautiful Tony. Well, maybe not. Well, what we got today? I've got a thing called a Hydra from a company called D&A. D&A, that is. And I've reviewed some of this stuff before. And yeah, very interesting stuff. This Hydra snakes, all that sort of thing. Sounds great, doesn't it? Now, don't be too hasty. Gonna get out the box anytime soon. But I just want to tell you that this stand was sent to me by D&A, the company, and they wanted me to review it, so I'm going to. They're a very brave company, I might add, because if it's great, it's great, and if it's not, well, it's not. We shall see, and that's the difference between me reviewing some of these things and some of those other people that you trust a bit less, hopefully. So let's just talk a little bit about the company before we get on to the nitty gritty. Well, D&A is part of a company called RKS Designs from over in America and California way. They've got a guy there named Tone Scott. I like names like Tone. I'm one. It's fantastic. Just trust me. Anyway, the company, I mean, they develop and design loads of other things as well. Now, I'm not going to go into great depths here, except to say that they've been around a while and they know what they're doing. That's about as good as it gets, really, isn't it? Now, these stands, they used to be distributed by a company called Rossetti, big, well-known company in the UK. But now they're distributed by a company called First Line Distribution. So if you're a dealer or something and you want to find one of these, First Line Distribution, I guess you'll know where they are. Yeah, south of England somewhere. But enough of this tittle tattle. Let's get this thing out of the box and take a look at what we really got. Rock and roll. Oh, it's you. Yeah, I was just reading the book that came with the Hydra, or the little pamphlet, if you will. You know what I mean. This sort of thing that shows you how to build it. But on the back here, it's got this thing about the guarantee, or the warranty, as they say often in England. Yeah, lifetime guarantee. All you got to do, if you get a problem, at any time, there's these 4 little steps to send it back and they'll fix it or give you a new one, or something like that. Yeah, you go to the website, heydna.com. heydna.com. Now let's get to building it. Get out of here. Now this does look a pretty cool stand, I can tell you now. This looks better than the thing I've got the camera on, and that cost me like hundreds, you know. You can tell these guys have done a few miles with these stands. This is like very, very commercial. I'm going to show you close up once I've assembled it, but you can just watch how I do that for now if you want. It's not difficult. Then we'll take a real close look at the stand. Oh, and I'll be loading it up with about $40,000 worth of guitars. Okay, now you take this, the thing for the necks, and we fit it up onto the top of the stand. Simply screw off this. It's all exciting. Fit this chunk this way up. Simple. And put the screw back. And right there you've got the top part assembled. We'll come back to all this sort of stuff a bit later on. I can lift the thing back onto the bench so we can take a look at what's going on below. Now, one of the things I like about this stand is you can tell right off that it's over-engineered. Now, over-engineered means it's going to last a long time, guys. You know, you don't get anything that's under-engineered that's going to last because they usually fall apart. But this is really well put together. That's one of the things about the Hydra. You know, it's regarded by international music industry as one of the most technologically advanced guitar accessories in its class, you know, for stands and hangers, basically, that there is. anywhere from any manufacturer. That's an amazing thing, especially if you want a stand that's going to last a long time. This one will. It's basically an extension of the Starfish line of floor stands that D&A made before, and I did a review of some of the Starfish stuff. You can check on my channel on my website for all that sort of stuff. Well, coming back to these legs, I mean, the thing is about having 6 legs like this is that it makes the stand extremely stable. It's not going to be falling over anytime soon, you know. This amount of stability can actually give you a tilt on the whole thing of 35 degrees. Just trust me, 35 degrees is further than you're ever going to knock your stand. If it's going to go past 35 degrees, it's too late anyway. It's probably been run over or something, but probably the most stable stand in the world. And taking a real close look at this section, you can see that how robust the thing is. This is not an everyday bottom end stand. I have to say, probably the best stand I've ever seen. Even down here, this mechanism of how it all fits together, it's really awesome. Really well thought out. Now when it comes to assembling this thing, you've got basically, it's like a ferrule that you can just tighten this up. Once you get the legs set up, just tighten this up. So once this is tight, there's no chance that these legs are going to move anytime soon. Now the next thing in the sort of chain of command is this little section here. You can see it sort of moves around. And basically when you get it to where you want it, you can just, again, you've got one of these little ferrules, you just tighten it up and it's fixed. So what this is like a spacer for the guitar that sticks out, and the back of the guitar can rest on it. Well, of course you can have them up. Simple. Now moving up still further, we've got another adjuster. This can slide up and down depending on the height that your guitar is between the bottom legs and the top. Simply set it where you want. A couple of turns on here and it's solid. Well, there you have it, the assembly of the D&A HYDRA. Awesome. Very, very difficult to tilt. It just doesn't want to tilt, if you know what I mean. It's sort of, yeah, your guitar isn't going to go anywhere anytime soon, I don't think. And the price of some guitars, this could be the most important thing you ever buy in your entire career. Anyway, I'm going to load it up in a short while with these expensive guitars, but we're going to take a little look at the top before we do that. So I have a bit of a zoom in on that, because that's another unique feature. And we'll talk about how this thing stops your guitars from getting damaged or, marked like most of those stands, the cheap things out there that's what they do, isn't it? This is an awesome design, and it's very similar at the head here to some of the other D&A stands, like the Starfish that I did before as a review. And watch this. You just take your guitar and you place it in there, and that's it. It can't come out. It's protected from falling out or falling forward or moving around and things like that. It's just plain and simple. And here's a shot from a little bit further away. You just put it in there. It's solid as a rock. Now, one of the awesome things about D&A stands is anywhere where the guitar can touch, it's got either rubber or, in the case of the legs, foam, and it isn't quite rubber as we know it. It's basically called TPE polymer. It's the only material, so it's 100% guaranteed never to ever wear the finish off any guitar or bass or anything like that. D&A Gear is the only product company in its product class to use TPE polymer. No other manufacturer uses it anywhere in the world for this type of thing. It's one of the things that always concerns me about, if I wanted to put a $30,000 guitar on this stand, I wouldn't even be concerned. These headlocks here. The thing is, you've got this TPE material, this polymer, to protect your guitar and around the neck, you know. Well, it actually protects your guitar on every point that can touch the guitar. However, when you look at this, you'd say to yourself, well, this is a bit flimsy, that's just going to snap off, isn't it? Well, actually, no, it isn't. It's not just going to snap off. That's the great thing about it. These things here are made of polycarbonate. Now, obviously, if you took a hammer to them, you could smash them off, but you're not going to do that, and under normal use, you're never going to get a breakage of these things. They're there for good. Another thing I like to see on any equipment is the fact that somebody's taken the time to go and patent the design. Now, you and I might say, you know, ordinary guys, we might say, well, so what? Well, the so what matters because it stops cheaper, nastier guitar stands coming onto market with, well, effectively stolen designs. It's great to see that a company like RKS Design has actually patented what they do, and they should be commended for that. Now, these jaws can handle anything up to 2 1/8 inch wide on the neck width. That's basically 5.4 centimeters if you're into the centimeter stuff. I'm a bit old-fashioned. I know I'm English, but I come from inches, you know. That's where it was at. So 5.4 centimeters, and it can handle electric guitars, acoustic guitars, banjos, basses, you name it. As long as it can fit in that 2 1/8 inch gap, it's rock and roll, man. It's all going to be good. So there's a quick shot of my first guitar on there. That's a Gibson Les Paul Custom Shop 2014. Costs about $4,000 or £3,800 in England, I guess. So that's the first one of 3 that's going to go on there. So I'll go get the next one and let's take a look at that. So taking a quick look at the back of the guitar, you can see that the guitar rests on these foam legs and also can rest on this, but that's adjustable, so you can move it around a bit if you want. So here goes guitar number 2. There it is. Over $30,000. It's getting pretty tough and stable. In fact, it's very, very difficult to move. You can see that. Very difficult. When I put the third one on, it'll be nigh on impossible. Now, for a bit of a change, I thought I'd introduce my trusty Taylor 614 CE, which also fits on there very nicely, thank you very much. Again, I can have the back down if I want it down. That helps. Well, I think for me, I just wouldn't bother with that, but it's dependent on what you like yourself. So there it is, all 3 of them. Now, with all 3 guitars, what have we got? We've got, yeah, $2,500, $30,000, and $4,000. So we got $37,000 near enough. And I'm telling you, man, it doesn't want to move anywhere. You can see that. Look. That's about as good as it gets. And not a guitar is being damaged or knocked in any way. They're all touching the felt and rubber and, well, not quite rubber. You know what I mean. Awesome. Let's go back up top. Well, here I am, back. That was a bit scary, throwing around $37,000 worth of gear. But as you see, it worked. And I'm more than happy to trust these guitars in this stand. It's an awesome stand. It's one of the most professional stands that I've ever seen. And I've seen a lot of stands, I can tell you. Often they damage the back of the guitar and things like that, or the neck, or the you name it. And you know, you get them Les Pauls fall over, the first thing that's going to break is up here. Yeah. One of the things I liked, the second thing that was patented, was these legs, these 6 legs. Now you'd say, well, that's not that important, Tony. Some of them Americans would anyway. But I can tell you, it is important. It's important that patents are applied, and it protects the company and your investment, I might add, from just being copied by cheap, nasty, horrible stuff. This thing is worlds away from the copy stuff. You've seen the cheap Gibsons and the rest, haven't you? The copies. Well, you don't want that happening to stands, because then you're going to be putting this sort of gear on stands that wouldn't last you 5 minutes. And the fact that it's got a lifetime warranty or guarantee. So there you have it, the Hydra. It's a brilliant name, man, brilliant name. Yeah, heydna.com, don't forget that. heydna.com. Go and check it out yourself. I'm sure you'll be seeing them in guitar stores everywhere, even in the UK, since they got that decent distribution deal, which I think is great. Well, what about the score for something like this? You know, with a lot of guitarists, a stand isn't always at the top of the list, is it? You leave it in the case, you move it around, you this, you that, you do anything except buy a stand. And that's not the answer. The answer is to get a stand that isn't going to fall over, that isn't going to mark it, that isn't going to this, that isn't going to that. And if ever it falls apart or wants to fall apart, yeah, they fix it for you, or even give you a new one, I guess. I know they're very good at that. I had a guy tell me on YouTube, he said, "Hey, Tony, my stand's got a problem." I said, "I'll contact these guys," and they fixed it like that. I don't know what they did, but yeah, he was smiling afterwards. So the score. Well, everything considered, with my £37,000 worth of guitar sitting on it, and the shaking around that I did, you know, it's not very safe on this because this moves, but on the floor it's solid as a rock. I'll give it a 10. Yeah, I haven't seen a better stand ever. I think it's even better than the other ones that I reviewed some time ago, and they were really great stands, but man, they excelled themselves with this one. I just love the jaws. Remind me of the Misses. But there's 3 of them. Actually, the strange thing is, she's got some sisters. Now, I did check the list prices. Yeah, we want to know how much they cost, don't we? Well, from what I could see online on the internet, these particular ones, the Hydras, have a $199 list price, but you can get them street price for about $149.95. Seems to be the going rate everywhere. At least all the places I could find stuck on the internet. Over in England, it's pretty similar. It's sort of an equivalent of about £99.95 or 99 pence, something like that. In either case, you might be able to haggle a bit. Again, you might not, but whether you get any discount on it or you don't get discount on it, honestly, it's going to last you a lifetime. For your 99 quid, what do you want? Blood? Anyway, a great stand, and I'm really pleased to have reviewed this one. It's one of the better products, and sometimes I get stuff that isn't so good. Yeah. This one's a cracker. You need to go to TonyMckenzie.com. I like to be unbiased, and if I had a problem with this stand, you want my words, I'd be telling you. So that's it for now. There's another review or two coming up in the near future. I'm just waiting for some bits and pieces, and we've got an amp coming up, and we've got an Ibanez Junior, Gem Junior coming up, and things like that. That sort of stuff. All nice stuff, as opposed to some of the horrible stuff I have reviewed off and on. Till next time, enjoy. See you again.